Hey everyone, it's Dominique from Lunar Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have our monthly series, The Hottest Gossip on You, which is a monthly energy check-in in which we're going to be looking into three categories: how you're being viewed, what is happening behind the scenes for you, and what is coming next into your life, along with some advice. Okay, so I'm really excited to get into this monthly energy check-in. Let's just go ahead and begin, okay, with our first topic: how are you currently being viewed? All right, let's go ahead and see. All right, Divine Source, how are my YouTube viewers currently being viewed? Okay. Six of Swords, how are my YouTube viewers currently being viewed? The Strength card. The Nine of Pentacles, how are my YouTube viewers currently being viewed? Six of Cups in reverse. The Hermit. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Okay, you're being viewed as somebody who just had to make a hard decision, a decision to move away from something, and it kind of took a lot of strength to be able to do this. Some of you guys may have come to the conclusion that you want to change jobs. Some of you guys have come to the conclusion that you're ready to leave a friendship behind, or you're ready to leave a certain habit behind, and it wasn't necessarily an easy decision, okay? But people are viewing you as somebody who has intentionally moved out of rough waters, okay, and has made a strong decision for themselves towards their independence, towards their happiness, and towards their stability. You may have recently been in a life circumstance where you were just giving more than you were receiving, and it was like almost constant. So it could have been you, giving to a job. It could have been you giving to a friendship or a relationship or your family. It could have even been you giving excess money to a particular type of product, and you're realizing, like, I could be getting better benefits like somewhere else. It could be something like big or small, okay? And people are viewing you as somebody who's made probably like kind of a hard decision or strong decision to stay more in your independence and only have relationships or, jobs that are going to be more reciprocal to you. So yeah, I just feel like you're moving out of a situation recently, okay? You can also see this as moving out of a time of bad luck, okay? Or like difficulties happening, all right? You may have felt like stagnant in one or two areas of your life, and you may have recently made a decision to like pivot in some way, pivot your approach, and that is also being viewed by people as a very strong decision to move you into more independence. So for some of you guys, it may not even have been that you were in like a really bad situation with someone or something. It may have just been like you've been stagnant in a certain area and you've said like, oh, hey, I'm doing like this thing differently, or I'm trying this thing. And people feel like that was a really, really strong approach to be able to fix your problem or to move into a new stage, okay? People are viewing you as somebody who is like very wise and has gone inside to be able to make their own solutions. People also feel like your success is inevitable. All right. It's funny because you may not always feel that way all the time. You always may feel like you're kind of like chasing cars, or that, your dreams are like farther away than you may think. But other people are looking at you and they're like, wow, this person's success is definitely inevitable. It's probably closer than they even think. Okay. I'm going to get a second row here. How are they being viewed at this time? My YouTube viewers, yeah, people are noticing that you've shifted your perspective on something, and that is what is moving you out of a rougher time, okay? You may have recently shared that with someone as well, like your decision to do something differently or to have a different approach, and people are impressed with this decision that you've made. They feel like you're moving out of a time where things have been more difficult for you, okay? And this could be in a lot of different aspects. I'm also picking up on career for you guys, career, business, and possibly relationships as well. Possibly relationships, most likely career and business, where you guys are making steady progress towards something, and people feel like you have avoided giving up, you've avoided excess difficulty, you've avoided a situation that was stagnant, and you've been able to redirect. So yeah, you guys are being redirected lately. You're redirecting yourselves. Also, I'm picking up that some of you may have had an opportunity that you wanted not pan out in your favor, quote unquote, in your favor, but actually people are viewing this as a blessing in disguise, okay? And they're saying it's actually a blessing in disguise that you did not receive something, and that's actually bringing you to an even better place. You also have the Wheel of Fortune here. So people are seeing that you're intentionally moving your life right now. This may have been a hard Mercury retrograde for you guys. Yeah. I'm getting that people are also noticing that your emotions may have been a little bit like up and down during this time. This may have been a time where you guys have been like a little bit more stressed, or you're feeling like your stability possibly is in question. You're wondering like, how stable am I really? Not just mentally, but like, financially, physically, like, is everything okay? You're kind of taking stock of a lot of different things at the moment so you can refine them and be able to make decisions accordingly. So people are noticing that you may be a little bit stressed, okay? Trying to look at all these things and decide, okay, what's going to continue to stay in my life? What's going to leave my life? What makes sense for me? It's like an audit. Like you're going through sort of an audit period right now. All right. And people feel like you're not playing around when it comes to you making these moves. Yeah, we have 555 on my clock here. So people are feeling like you're making major changes to your life right now, major changes. And for you, it may vary how big these changes really are, but everyone's seeing that you're doing something a little bit differently. Okay. Let's see what else is happening here. How are they being viewed currently? For my YouTube viewers, how are they currently being viewed by others? You have the Magician and the Mirror. Yeah, people think that you're extremely capable when it comes to shaping your own life. I think that sometimes you may accidentally deceive yourself into thinking that you don't have as much power as you do to shape your own world and to shape your life. But other people can see very clearly how powerful you are and how you are directing your life with a lot of vigor and a lot of intention, a lot of purpose. How are you being viewed at this time? You're being viewed as someone who is cherishing your own heart, is cherishing your own boundaries, cherishing your own capacity, trying to work within your capacity, trying to work to help yourself feel safe and grounded. Okay, feeling grounded is very big at this time because you're probably facing a big decision right now. Okay, again, I'm getting that a lot of you could be deciding whether or not you may want to like leave a current job, whether you might want to leave a current relationship or friendship. Some of you guys are, thinking about how ways you can improve in business, ways you can improve in your career, and you have a lot of different paths ahead of you. It's almost like, again, you're trying to get to a particular goal and the road has been sticky. I want to say it's felt sticky the past couple of weeks. And so you guys have had to navigate with a lot of precision and a lot of mindfulness, okay? I feel like this Mercury retrograde is like hit people really hard. Everyone I talk to, storm warning. Everyone I talk to has had kind of a storm going in their life. So like, let me know, guys, if this like is resonating with you. Definitely give it a thumbs up if it resonates. People are definitely noticing that you have been going through a little bit of a storm and that your life's kind of like been shaken up a little bit. If not life shaking you up, it's like you're shaking up your life intentionally so you can get different results, okay? But people are really appreciating the way that you've been able to handle this, okay? Appreciating the way that you've been able to move forward. They're impressed with you. Like the way you move is very impressive. Spirit is also telling me that others are viewing you as somebody who has a lot of divine ideas. Okay, someone who has like really inspired ideas on how to move forward and how to improve their life. Like you always end up with such interesting and unique creative approaches to things. I feel like that's actually a gift of yours, is being able to like creatively problem solve. And people are seeing you as somebody who's able to do that at this time. All right. And that you're moving yourself towards more happiness. How are they being viewed right now? Find a rainbow of possibilities in every storm. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, I feel like right now, it's not that things have been especially easy. I definitely feel like maybe the past few weeks have been a little bit sticky in terms of how you've been able to navigate life, but people are viewing you as somebody who's able to always find that silver lining and also be able to direct your life very effectively, okay? How are they being viewed at this time? How are they being viewed? You are loved. Yeah, people are saying that they're supporting you, that they're proud of you, that they're happy for you for making these decisions. You have a lot of support right now. You have a lot of support as you move forward with a new approach, a new venture, okay? Seeking guidance for clarity and new perspectives. Yeah, people are noticing that you're going out of your way to try to learn new things and to come to new conclusions, to come to a new reality, if you want to put it that way. Like you guys are moving towards a new direction at this time, okay? Or trying to improve in a certain aspect of life that has felt stuck lately. People are noticing that you could be seeking out knowledge and you're trying to, gain new perspectives. You're trying to have a new approach, or you're trying to do something new. Like everyone's kind of seeing the way that you're actioning this, okay? And people are seeing you as somebody who's like trying to trust the process. It's funny because I think that a lot of other people actually trust your process more than you may trust your own process at this time. Like you may feel like you're steering a little bit blind, but actually everyone sees that you have a lot of intention and a lot of focus, okay? Let's get this last deck. How are you being viewed? Okay, brunette female. People are noticing you for your looks at this time as well. They feel like you're very attractive. Like you're kind of giving like very sensual gaze, very like a little bit of a smoldering energy. Kind of funny because there's not much about here in terms of like looks so far, but yeah, people also want to say that you're still looking good throughout this time. You're looking good. All right. Yeah, people are seeing that new doors are opening for you and they feel like it's positive karma on your end. People are also talking about you. A lot of people are talking about you. They're talking about your work. All right, I'm telling you, a lot of this is going to be career oriented for you guys. People are noticing that you have to make some kind of a choice. You're making a choice to pivot your approach. You're making a choice to be in a new space completely, possibly. Like there's been a lot of choices and decisions that you've had to make. And there are a lot of, Spirit is saying that you're making mature choices, okay? You're definitely making mature choices. You're making choices that are going to pay off for you in the long run. A lot of people are talking about your work ethic as well. They feel like you have amazing work ethic. You're very, very strong-willed when it comes to the work that you have. You're a hot topic right now for sure. People like to talk about you because they feel like you're actually quite inspirational. They love that you don't take no for an answer when it comes to chasing down your dreams, and that you always have like a purposeful approach to the way that you live your life. Like you're very, very intentional in how you live your life. So people feel like it's inevitable for you to get good karma because of the way that you're moving, okay? People also feel like you're not really focused on romance at this time, whether you're in a relationship or not. It's like not your main focus right now. Your main focus is moving forward in life. Like, how are we going to get to these goals? How are we going to get unstuck in this area or that area? And that's probably one of the most things that you tend to talk about is your career or these goals or, how you're growing right now or something that's been kind of like heavy on your mind. I feel like a lot of you could literally be starting like new businesses at this time, or you're trying to like improve or expand a business at this time. Some of you guys are like, talking about like moving jobs or trying to get a promotion. Like there's something like very pertinent on your mind at this point. Others of you, there actually may be like pressure in the workplace, and you're trying to figure out how to resolve that. And you're coming to the early stages of a conclusion or a resolution. Okay. So that's how you're being viewed at this time. I think a lot of people are seeing you as an inspiration because of the way that you're moving, but it may feel internally like kind of rocky right now. Again, that's like this Mercury retrograde like really shook things up. Usually I don't even really notice the Mercury retrogrades, but this one I've been feeling. So let me know down below if you guys have been feeling like shook up by this retrograde, okay? Because I'm definitely picking up on that energy. So this is part one. I'm going to clean this up and let's talk about what is happening behind the scenes in your life that you need to know about. Alrighty, our next segment, what is happening behind the scenes that you need to know? Let's go ahead and find out. Wow, that just flew. We have the Emperor. What is happening behind the scenes that my YouTube viewers need to know about? The Lovers. What is happening behind the scenes that my YouTube viewers need to know about? We have the Queen of Pentacles. What's happening behind the scenes they need to know? The Empress. Whoa, okay. What's happening behind the scenes? The Fool card. Okay. Okay. What's happening behind the scenes? Okay, is that there is. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. And I'm gonna spit it out. Okay. It's kind of giving me miracle energy. I won't even lie. It's giving me don't quit right before the miracle occurs. There really is some sort of a breakthrough. This is sort of a breakthrough, and it's coming through because you didn't give up on something. Okay. And I'm not saying that if you're in a bad situation to not give up on a bad situation. That's not what I mean. I mean, don't give up on your vision for what you want for your life, and continue to use your agency and pivot and, get into new situations, be able to get closer to realizing your vision. But we have so many positive cards here. Spirit is saying that you're doing an excellent job in remaining grounded and pushing for your vision to come to life, okay? In all different realms. Spirit is saying your work with, oh, I forgot that this lady is not closed. 1 second. Okay, great. Okay, Spirit is saying you're doing an excellent job working with them to be able to create what you want. And right now, it's almost like 3D is a little bit delayed, like your reality is a little bit delayed from all of the work that you're putting in, okay? Especially if you have been manifesting on top of just moving forward with action, okay? If you've been doing any sort of scripting, subliminals, if you have been, doing any candle magic, whatever, all of this is working behind the scenes. All of this is working. Spirit is saying you're coming into a higher level of stability very, very soon. It's not going to take much longer for you to be able to start to integrate and see the results and the fruits of your labor. You're actually about to step into a new cycle with the Fool card here. Okay, a whole new cycle. And there's something that was difficult for you that's about to end, okay? And things are about to get easier for you to be able to get to where you want to go, to be recognized, to be more appreciated, to, enjoy your life, okay? I'm also picking up that you guys can, if you are single, or even if you're in a relationship, I'll start with the singles first. If you're single, you might actually be meeting somebody soon that is really on your level, and you might actually be about to start something more serious with this person, okay? It's actually giving me like you could meet some sort of a soulmate. I know usually I don't really say stuff like that on my channel. I know, but I can't help it. We have the Lovers, the Emperor, and the Empress. That's actually crazy. Along with the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, there's definitely an interpretation here that's more career oriented. And that's what I'm picking up first, like more, personal life oriented, which is telling me that you're on your P's and Q's on every level, and that's about to pay off. That is absolutely the main message. However, I'll be remiss if I did not mention that for my singles, you may actually be meeting somebody that you have a strong connection with, or if you're in a relationship, okay, if you're in a relationship, your relationship is going to be strengthening way like exponentially, okay? Strengthening exponentially. There's something about you, if you're in a relationship, this person is realizing that like they want to take it to the next level. Like they see you as their lifelong partner, okay? It's giving me that as well. And they could be planning behind the scenes to, start making moves to like, buy a ring or start saving up for like a wedding. Like it's giving me that. Okay. And you guys are entering a new phase of your relationship where that's like more commonplace. If you're already married, there's just like a really big surge in terms of, I'm also picking up on financial stability in this connection. And also like affection and care, okay? For you as individuals, I'm also picking up that your finances are going to be improving because of the decisions that you're making now, okay? Let's go ahead and get another row. What is happening behind the scenes that my YouTube viewers need to know about? Princess of Cups. What's happening? A decision that you make that may seem like it's not going to have such a big effect is actually going to be exponential. And I'm telling you, it may have been a manifestation that you did, because we have the Princess of Cups. This can be a card about intuition as well. So I'm feeling like you guys use your psychic senses, your spiritual sense to make some sort of a wish. You thought it wasn't really going to like pay off much, but this was actually all you needed to do. This was like huge in the spiritual world. Okay. Spirit is saying, and you're working with them like very, very well. Okay, what is happening behind the scenes that they need to know about? What's happening behind the scenes that they need to know about? You guys are about to be served up more happy connections, okay? Where previously you may have experienced disappointment in either like romance or in friendship, in this phase you're coming into, and it's not going to take too long for you to be able to step into this, I'm picking up that this is going to start occurring for you guys within the next 1 to 3 months. And I know that sounds like kind of like a far, far away, but when it comes to spirit, they don't experience time. So when I get like time frame estimates, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's coming in soon. And they mean like 4 months from now. They're like, it's so fast, coming in so fast. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that is decently quick. Anyway, so I'm picking up that this result that I'm kind of seeing, like more financial stability, feeling more confident, and also just realizing, seeing the results of your labor is happening within 1 to 3 months. Okay. I'm also picking up that better friendships are going to be coming in, or stronger friendships. Like you guys are coming into a time where there's a lot of community around you, and it could literally be the holidays. Okay. It could literally be the holidays. Of course, I just like clicked that. Of course, it could be the holidays. But I'm also picking up that there's a sense of like deeper camaraderie and deeper friendship. I'm also picking up that familiar relationships could be healing right now. I'm not saying they're going to be healed completely, but things could be improving significantly in familial relationships as well. Okay. I'm also picking up, this is kind of a random message, but I'm getting that no one from your past is going to bother you in this next stage. Okay. And I'm not saying they'll never come back ever again, but I'm just saying that within the next like 1 to 6 months, I don't feel like anyone from your past is going to come around and like bug you, bother you, distract you really. Or if they do, you're just not paying that any mind. Like you're not really having as many distractions. I'm getting this image of like a fly zapper, and it's like anything that was like distracting you, anything that was like annoying, like these things are really subsiding in this next season. I feel like it's going to be a little bit smoother. I'm getting the cruise control in my head. Cruise control, like you've had enough difficulties over the past however long. Now it's time for more balance to come into your life. Yeah, I have 222 on my clock here. It's time for more balance to start to come into your life. All right. And you're coming into a more balanced period. I'm also picking up that your finances, you're having more balance with your finances, and you guys are going to be able to save more money, okay? Have more money saved and things like that. Yeah, it's still going to be a busy time. But you're going to be enjoying yourself more. So this is kind of what's happening behind the scenes. It's like this energy is getting ready to plop into your life. That's why it's behind the scenes. Okay, let's go ahead and see more. What is happening behind the scenes that my YouTube viewers need to know about? What's happening behind the scenes that my YouTube viewers need to know about? Walking away. I'm telling you, there's the results from you walking away or doing something differently are about to arrive. Okay. What's happening behind the scenes? Yeah, I'm telling you, if you are actively manifesting, your wishes are coming true. Your wishes are coming true. Any sort of like healing work that you're doing, journaling that you're doing, manifesting that you're doing. Again, if you're listening to subliminals, like all these things, these are really paying off in spades. It's also a decision that you're making that is really, really paying off more than you perceived that it would. Okay. Spirit is saying that like you guys are a little bit anxious right now about what's going to happen, because there has been a little bit of a storm the past few weeks or so, right? But with this anxiety card, this is actually a pretty good card to get, funny enough, because this woman is upset about this storm outside the window. I know this card like the back of my hand. She's upset about the storm, but the storm is actually breaking and passing. Okay. So that's what's happening for you guys. What's happening behind the scenes is that this storm that you're currently going through, or this upheaval, it is breaking and it's passing. Don't deceive yourself into thinking that this is going to be your life forever. Okay. Do not deceive yourself into giving yourself the illusion that you're going to remain in hardship. That's just not true. This is a phase like any other. Okay. What's happening? What's happening behind the scenes? We also have the Sun card flipping out. And the 5th chakra is also here, the throat chakra. Honestly, I'm not picking up too much from this card. I'm really not picking up too much from this card. You could be, undergoing an activation where you're feeling more confident speaking. You're feeling more confident connecting with others through your voice. That could also be happening. I'm also picking up that for my content creation people out there, you're probably having some sort of voice activation where you're becoming more compelling on camera. There's something about that as well, but that's an aside. Anyway, yeah, what's happening behind the scenes is that you're being ushered into this new era, you could say, because of the hard work that you're doing. You guys go through cycles very, very fast. Okay, very fast. My viewers, guys, I can barely keep up with y'all. Okay, let me tell you, I can barely keep up. Ever since I started doing these collective readings, I really started noticing how quickly you guys move through cycles, how quickly you move through difficulty. Now, it may really feel like it takes a longer time for you, but think about it. Like, you guys are almost always implementing new things, always implementing like, okay, let me try this. This didn't work. Let me try that. Didn't work. Let me try that. You know what I mean? Like, and even though not everything may work immediately, the time frame in between you getting a new idea and implementing it, it's very quick. Very quick. So Spirit is telling you that they're impressed with the way that you're able to problem solve and to move forward and to critically think. These are the things that are really going to set you up for success because, again, you refuse to take no for an answer when it comes to how you're going to progress in life, okay? What else is happening behind the scenes that you need to know about? What's happening behind the scenes that they need to know about? Divine Source? That's what I call God. Oh, you guys could be setting up for some kind of a travel, okay? That's interesting. Friendships, okay, again, friendships are increasing. You're getting better friends that are coming in soon. This is more like what's coming next, which is very interesting because we have what's coming next in the next segment. Hello, but Spirit is kind of skipping to the point here. They're saying that like you're going to be traveling soon for a lot of you. You could literally be traveling for the holidays or just traveling in general. If you are planning to take a trip, like this trip is going to be really good. Like it's going to be better than you expected is what I'm picking up on. Again, deeper friendships, like more fun times with friends and family. What's happening behind the scenes? Short term. Yeah, you're starting to see that this difficulty that you went through, it's only a short-term thing. You're not meant to stay in a hardship or a struggle. No, you're not meant to stay in a hardship or a struggle. We have the children card coming out. Honestly, I'm not feeling too connected with this one. I'm picking up that you guys are having more awe come into your life, okay? Like childlike wonder and awe. That's what I'm picking up with the children card. Like this little guy over here who's just like, oh my God. Like there kind of is an energy of you being more excited about life. Whereas more recently, you may have felt more like this Ice King, like a little bit closed off and like, oh, like I don't really want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. There's more ease coming in, okay? There's more fairness is what I'm also hearing coming in. Like things are going to be a lot easier for you to get to where you're trying to go. And I think it's because you guys are implementing solid ways to work smarter and not harder. All right. Solid ways to work smarter and not harder. And part of that is going to be your manifesting. Okay. Part of that is strategy. Right? Of course, like making a strategy, making goals, breaking them down, saying exactly how you're going to achieve those goals and then executing. That is the action part of it. And then you also have the alignment part of it where you are, shifting your identity into the person that you want to become using manifestation techniques and, mindset shifts. So these things combined are really moving you quite well towards your goals. I think that right now, you may not feel like you're getting somewhere. You may feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels or you're faced with a decision. But over the next 1 to 3 months, I would say 1 to 3 months, you're really starting to see more of the result and the stability coming in from the things that you are setting up for yourself and that you're kind of debating over now. Okay. All right. So that being said, let's move into our last segment. What is coming next and advice for you? All right, let's see it. What's coming next for my YouTube viewers? Okay, Eight of Swords. What's coming next for my YouTube viewers? Four of Wands. Nice. What's coming next for my YouTube viewers? 10 of Cups. That's great. The Sun at the bottom of the deck. What's coming next for my YouTube viewers? Eight of Pentacles. What's coming next? 6 of Wands. That's fire. Really, really good. Okay, I'm going to start the second row, but I'm not going to. finish right now. Okay. A lot of clarity is coming in, and it's going to be very clear that you're making the right decisions. Okay. I think right now, again, you guys are, not everyone's going to be on the same exact timeline with this, but you may either be debating on changing up an approach or changing up an environment, a habit, whatever. It could be a lot of different things for different people. You guys are debating on changing it, or you already have changed it and you're starting on a new approach, a new path, a new field, that sort of thing. Okay. Because you refuse to allow yourself to be stuck, you are coming into more stability. Okay. And I think that right now you're sort of in this Eight of Swords energy where you may feel restricted in some ways. And there are some things that you want to be able to do or you want to experience, but it hasn't been happening yet. And so you're still strategizing and you're still, executing on your plan. You're still manifesting. You're still trying to get there. Right. But what's coming in next for you is more of the fruits of your labor. It's kind of how we saw in this last part, right? More stability coming in for you, more happiness. This is how it's going to start, right? It's almost going to start with your life starting to ease up a bit and to feel more comfortable. And then you're going to start seeing more of the fruits of your labor come in. It's almost like the energy is shifting first. The energy of your life is shifting first, where you're enjoying your relationship more, where you're enjoying your friendships, where your work life is suddenly like a little bit less contentious, or, it's easier to get the job done, right? And then you're starting to see more of the fruits of your labor coming in. I see you guys actually being like quite happy, especially around the holidays. I'm seeing that you're recognized for some success at work, or people are congratulating you at work. Possibly you guys getting a new job if you've been wanting that. Okay, that's also one of the interpretations that's here. The Ace of Cups is also telling me that you guys are going to be praising yourself for having made a certain decision and realizing that you were very clear-minded when you decided to do something differently. Okay. And that is the decision that you're kind of like mulling over or had just made right now. And this is a decision that's bringing you to a lot more stability. What's coming in next for them? The Emperor. Yeah. Do you guys see what I'm trying to say? Like, you guys are coming into a place in your life where you are very proud of what you've built. Yeah, the Star, the Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, that's great. And the Two of Cups. Yeah, I just feel like things are getting a lot easier for you over these next couple weeks, like 1 to 3 months as well. Things are going to be easier for you. You're going to feel like where you were stuck, you're finally making some progress. And it may have come in a very roundabout way. Okay, it may have come in a very roundabout way, a way that you just didn't really expect. Okay, and it's helping you to break through whatever you felt like you were stuck in before. Whoops, how do I keep missing these people? Okay, that should be fine. Anyway, this is very, very, very positive for what's coming in next. I think that this storm that you're going through, or difficulty that you're going through, it's really about to change. We have 3333 on my clock. The changes that you're making now are so necessary, or the changes that you're going through right now are very, very necessary. This is really giving me, do not quit right before the miracle occurs. You're about to reach a whole new level, okay? And this really is a level up. And I'm not surprised at all, because you guys are leveling up like every 3 months. Okay, my gems, you're on another level. You've been on another level. Like, you're constantly like bang, 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 bang. I notice when it comes to these readings, guys, because obviously it's my job to read your guys' energy, right? And so I noticed that like every few months, you guys are leveling up. Every few months, there's a new challenge that you guys are overcoming, okay? So remember your track record. Remember your track record. You've gotten through 100% of your challenges before. You're still standing, okay? So there's nothing that's going to knock you out of this game. The only thing that will bring you to a failure is if you decide to give up. Okay, which is what we're never doing over here. One thing that my gems know how to do, it's persevere. One thing that my gems know how to do, it is pivot their strategy to be able to get better results, okay? we're not staying stuck. We're pivoting and we're continuing to move forward. That's life, you know? So yeah, you guys are breaking free of some sort of difficulty. I'm seeing that with the devil card here in reverse, breaking free of a difficulty. I'm saying that your life is still going to be like quite busy, but things that were like kind of shrouded in mystery, that weren't really making sense, that were like, should I do this? Should I do that? Or like, how am I going to get to this certain like, goal that I have? It is really opening up. Like things are starting to become a lot more clear. Okay. Your path forward is a lot more clear, and you're very happy with the path forward that you're taking. Like whatever decision that you're making right now or that you've just made, you're realizing like, okay, that was the exact right thing that I needed to do to be able to get into this sun energy, to get into this star energy where I'm feeling like much more aligned, like much more confident. Okay. So I feel like a period of real confidence and happiness is coming in, especially around the holidays. Like the holidays are really good. Guys, you won't believe this card that is coming out of my hand right now. Look at this. Door to value. Don't play with me. Do not even play. I mean, the back of the deck, guys, right now, blossoming abundance. Come on now. So that's the energy that you guys are in. And that's what's coming in for you guys very, very soon. More value. Again, it's the decision that you're making that is really putting you in the right position. Okay. So just use your intuition when it comes to making this decision. I don't think you can really go wrong. Like, as long as you are tapped in, you're making this decision from a aligned in a grounded place, you will make the right decision. Okay. Try not to overthink it too much. What's coming in next for them? The sun. Oh my God. The sun twice. Do you see what I'm trying to say? A lot more happiness coming in for you guys. Also carrying connections. Yeah, I'm just seeing that your guys' like social lives are improving as well. Better friendships, better relationships. Again, if you're in a romantic relationship at this time, it's going to be surging. If you are single, you're probably going to be meeting somebody. I won't even lie. You're probably going to be meeting somebody within the next like 1 to 3 months. And it's not that you're for sure going to get into a relationship within the next 1 to 3 months. I can't say that for all of the singles, but I can say that you're going to probably meet somebody that you feel a deep connection with. And that's like pretty exciting. Okay. What else do we have here that I'm picking up on? Yeah, I mean, don't doubt yourself too much because you really know what you're doing. That's what Spirit's telling me. Like, you really know what you're doing. And sometimes you may feel like, I don't know how to direct my life. I don't know how to make a plan. I don't know how to make a strategy. Spirit is saying you do. You just need to allow yourself more time to do that. And by allowing yourself more time, Spirit is saying you actually need to like sit down without any distractions, literally write down, what is my strategy? What is my plan? I think sometimes we can just say, I'm going to do it like this. And then we don't really write it down, or we don't really think it through, and it's more of an on the fly sort of thought. Spirit is saying, if you want to move out of the time of stagnancy, get your notebook, sit down and decide, what is my goal? What's my big goal? And then how am I going to get to that goal? What am I going to change about my life? What am I going to change about my approach to be able to get to where I want to go? Even if it is like a money goal, right? If I want to make a certain amount of money per month, okay, sit down. What are we going to be doing differently? And how is it going to be generating income for you? And what are the projected numbers for what you're going to make? Literally break everything down. And that's going to help you to get results, because Spirit is saying that you have great ideas, but sometimes you don't give yourself the space to really formulate them enough. All right. It's like you're thinking of things on the fly, which is good, which is still great. You're still getting inspired ideas. But if you were to really sit down and carve out a plan, write down a plan, okay, I'm talking about like each quarter of the year, even having certain goals and certain metrics that you want to reach. Okay. That's going to completely change your trajectory, because Spirit is saying you don't have a discipline problem. Okay. You don't have a discipline problem. You don't have a work ethic problem. It's more of an organizational thing. Okay. Spirit is saying continue to get organized. This is going to help you exponentially, because you're already being given all these great ideas. You just need to formulate how you're going to execute your plan. Okay. What's the best advice for my YouTube viewers at this time? And guys, if you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. What's your favorite part? What inspired you? Okay, love to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for being a gem. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Okay, what's the best advice for them? Thoughts have power. I'm just gonna get some and then I'll speak to them. What's the best advice for my YouTube viewers at this time? Your significance is beyond measure. What's the best advice for my YouTube viewers at this time? What's the best advice for my YouTube viewers at this time? I'm also hearing like you're more powerful than you realize. Because I've released the grip of anger. Ooh, that's very pertinent right now. I think that's very pertinent. What's the best advice for my YouTube viewers? Life is a reflection of your inner landscape, and also feeling powerless can spark a desire for change. Interesting. Okay. How do I start? Let me think. Spirit is wanting you to remember that you have much more power than you may think, okay? And sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit for the power that you do have. I was just talking with a client. Actually, we were going over the same message, actually. And the message is that, yes, God is all powerful. Yes, Spirit is omnipotent. We know this, right? You were made in the image of an omnipotent creator. You also have the power to create. The power to create is not just God's alone. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you are not separate from the power to shape your life. You need to give yourself more credit. And with that credit comes accountability and responsibility, okay? Now, I don't need to lecture you on accountability and responsibility. My viewers know. And you're very accountable for your lives. And I feel like that's an amazing part of this community, is that you are people who actively shape your own lives. I don't really have to remind you of that. But Spirit is wanting you to remember how powerful you really are, okay? Sometimes you really may deceive yourself when life comes at you and you're like, oh my gosh, all this is happening. Like, why, God? Like, what is going on? This is so crazy. And you may actually get mad at the universe, okay? Spirit is saying, it doesn't do you any good to be mad at me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Because I'm still here and I still love you. I'm still here. I still love you. I'm still working with you every day. Okay? And I don't think this is a message for necessarily everybody watching this reading, but I feel like for some of you, you actually may be like a little bit upset at the universe right now. And they're saying it is important that you try to let it go because it's not helping you. Okay? Because you and God are one. When you're mad at the universe, you're really mad at yourself, okay, in a way, right? And so they want to remind you that you're not powerless in this situation. Life is not happening to you. It is happening with you, okay? For you, yeah, sure, but it's happening with you. You are actively co-creating your life, or you can actively co-create your life. Spirit's wanting to remind you, your thoughts have power. How are you thinking about yourself? How are you thinking about your life? And I'm not saying to be delusional and act like problems don't exist, but I am saying it's important that we don't give in to hopelessness. It's important that we don't give in to our anxieties. It's important that we don't give in to negative views of thinking, and that we actively work to reframe the way that we're viewing life and the meanings that we attach to things, okay? So that you can stay more positive, so that you can stay more hopeful, so that you can stay more energized when it comes to living life, because it's not slowing down. It's not slowing down, and you can handle it. You can handle this. You have your significance is beyond measure. Spirit is wanting to remind you that you are the most capable person to change your own life. Your significance in your life is beyond measure. You can change your life. Okay, you can reach this 10 of Pentacles. You can reach this emotional fulfillment. It is in your grasp. All right. And your life, this is leading me nicely into this next card. Life is a reflection of your inner landscape. It's very important that you guys continue to do the work of finding joy so that you can start to have that reflect in your outer world, okay? And I'm talking about it like it's easy, but I know that it's not, Okay. I know that it's not, especially if you're going through a tougher time right now, if you're going through a time of transition, right? It can feel very up and down, but it's important that we go out of our way to create that joy, to create that sense of stability, even if there isn't a ton of it reflected back to us. We need to be the ones actively creating our joy. We need to be the ones actively searching out happiness and our creativity and continuing to push ourselves to create lives that we enjoy. Okay. Because no one's really going to come into your life and supply that for you in a way that's going to be sustainable. You're the only person who can do that. Anyway, this may have been a little bit of like a tough time you guys have been through like the past few weeks, or this may have been just like again, you're shifting out of a time of stagnancy. For others, it's going to be different for a lot of you. For others of you, it may be like a really heavy time. For others of you, it may be okay, and you're just trying to like shift out of like feeling stuck in one or two categories. It is not really a bad time. It's just like you're noticing you're stagnant in a couple of categories. Okay, so either way, try to continue to accept what is happening. There's an essence of it is what it is. Trying to be angry at yourself or the universe, because that's not doing any favors. Recognize that you do have the energy and the power to change this. Okay. Sit down and write down how you're going to do it. Right. And then continue to work on making your inner world as beautiful as possible. This is really important. I think for some of you guys, and I don't know how it's going to be received, but for some of you guys, it may actually be time to invest in a therapist as well. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. I just am. For some of you guys, maybe time to invest in a therapist as well to help you like move through some of these things that you may be going through. For some of you, it may not be that serious, but I'm saying like to have an extra support system and all of that, especially when it comes to like reframing your mindset to be, continue to be more positive, even in the face of things that are challenging, right? And Spirit's again wanting me to remind you that you can handle any challenge that comes into your life. This is part of life. Part of life is challenges. Part of life is that growth. And you've got this. You've got this. Life would be boring if it weren't for these challenges. Life would be dissatisfying if there were nothing to overcome. This is part of the contrast. This is part of your testimony. Live it, experience it. Okay? And know that you are actively creating your life every day. You do have the agency to up level and to get to these places. It's quite inevitable because you're here on this channel right now. It's quite inevitable because you take responsibility for your life. It's quite inevitable because you put a plan in place and you execute to get to your goals. That sounds like a winner to me. That sounds like a winner. That sounds like someone who pushes themselves and gets to where they want to go. Okay? Remember that all the effort that you're putting in is not lost. Okay? That energy, it has to go somewhere, right? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. That energy has to go somewhere. And so when you're putting all this energy towards your goals, know that you are piling up to be able to receive those rewards. It is there for you. Okay? So guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Really interesting reading. I really hope that it resonated with you guys. Let me know down below how it resonated and like what the vibes are for you guys this month. I'd love to hear from you. This was like more of a serious reading today. Sometimes it comes through like more lighthearted, and I guess sometimes like we get down to business, period. That's what we do on this channel, because we're all about actionable, practical change that can help to elevate you guys and set you on your path to success. Okay. Because I want to see all y'all win. That's why I'm here. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and become a gem today by clicking that red button down below. Let me know what resonated with you guys. I'd love to hear from you. Additionally, I do have a TikTok if you want to check me out over there. And I under the same handle, Lunar Light Tarot. And I have a second channel now, Lunar Light Collective, where I post front-facing videos about like 10 minutes long that are like collective readings. So if you enjoy collective readings, you want like a smaller one, those are really fun, like short, bingeable videos for you to watch. Okay, love. I will talk to you in the next one. I'll talk to you. Wait, have a great holiday and all of that. All right. Love and light. Bye-bye.